Hey friends, how are you all? Hope doing great. So today topic is how to learn React.js in 2021. In this video, I will discuss about all the aspects about React and how to become a React.js expert in 2021. So let's start the tutorial. So as a web developer, you must have came across the name React.js. You might have also tried to learn this library. So let's start the tutorial with the question is what is React first of all. So according to the official React document, React is defined as a JavaScript library for building UIs, means user interfaces. As we know, in software development, doing repetitive tasks is frustrating and developers always look for some framework or method to save their time. So here React came into the picture. React is component based and it helps in building front end pages and web application in less time. And that's the coolest feature of the library. So today in this video, we are going to list down the key skills that are needed to become a proficient React developer. So you can see on the screen there is some code. So I hope you are just familiar with this. If yes, then you might be working on React or you might have started working on this amazing library, JavaScript library. If you are a developer, then surely you might be aware of the popularity of this JavaScript framework. And you might have also tried to learn this library. Now let's talk about the developers who are already in the industry and working on some front-end part of the project. So how do you feel when you are asked to write the same line of code at multiple places or multiple times? How do you feel when you are asked to add the same button on multiple pages? I think it's so frustrating. So the developer always look for some framework or method to save their precious time. So here React comes into the picture. This popular amazing JavaScript library not just helps the developer to build an impressive application but also helps them in building the front end pages in less time. React is component based and that's the coolest feature of this library. Learning this library is not easy if you don't take the right steps toward it. So there are many concepts in React and it can be overwhelming to learn this library. It is important to know the right things in this library to become an in-demand React developer. Today in this video, I am going to list some skills that are needed to become the proficient React developer. So let's start. First is the fundamental for so you should understand the base before moving on and learning this JavaScript library. Understand the basic building blocks of the website, how HTML, CSS and JavaScript work. This is because this skill are very vital before you start learning and fully understand React. Most React features are inherited from JavaScript. So it's good to have a solid foundation in JavaScript. So some of the most used and essential JavaScript concepts that are used in React include first is variable, object, arrays, function and classes, common array methods such as map method, filter method and reduce method. ES6 features such as arrow function, let, const, learn about this keyword, call, apply and bind method. Concept of asynchronous JavaScript such as promises, callback, async and await. Learn how DOM means document object model works and how to create, select and update the HTML element and their attributes. I also make videos on all these topics. You can just go on the JavaScript playlist and check the title and you can select whatever title you want to learn. So second is the fundamentals of Node.js. So being a React developer, you will run a lot of npm scripts or command. So once the fundamentals HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are clear to you, understand the fundamentals of Node.js. NPM means Node Package Manager. You should have knowledge about NPM. So NPM is used to install the Node modules and packages. Learn how to use the basic command scripts to install the packages and modules. The second is import keywords. So you will have to use the import keyword in your React project to use the installed Node modules. The third is export keyword. Use this keyword when you are creating a module component and you have to return only a part, not all the method and variable. So these 3 points is very necessary to learn: the npm, import keyword, and export keyword. The next is, so once the all above concepts what I told you, the concepts are clear and you have become confident in JavaScript, so jump to the React fundamentals. But first you have to learn the JavaScript thoroughly. So learn the core concepts of React. So React is based on component based architecture. You will have to divide the complete UI or JSX into reusable components. You will be creating different components for different tasks, and these components will be fitted into the parent component. This parent component will be rendered to the user. But now the question comes, what are the core concepts we should learn in React.js? So let's discuss that. First, in React, we are using JSX syntax. So the syntax of JSX is somewhere similar to HTML, but keep in mind that it is different from plain HTML. It's not the basic HTML type. So learn to render the JSX elements. Show the hide elements depending on the conditions. You also have to learn the concept of state in React.js. How does it work? What is state in React.js? You can check the videos of this in detail. I already shared in my Java React playlist. So basically the state holds the synchronous variable, and changing the value of the state will be reflected in the whole application whenever it used. Learn how to store and update the data in state. In React, you will be using props. But the question is, what is props? So we know that this might be a new word for you if you are new in React. So basically props are just like an argument passed to the function or method. Know when to use it and how to use it. You will be using props as input argument to the HTML type. The last is functional component, class component, and the difference between both of these. So just like in JavaScript, you will handle events in React. Learn how to handle some common events such as onClick, onChange, and onSubmit. You can see my playlist in JavaScript, and you will be using these events in button, inputs, and forms. So point here is the React official tutorial will help you a lot to understand everything about React. When you understand the basic concept, then go ahead to build projects from scratch on your own. You can build projects such as simple to-do list, calculator app, or building a shopping cart. So let's see further. So most of the frameworks work on the concept of routing. But the question is, what is routing? So whether it's an e-commerce site, educational site, or any other website you can see on the internet, so you will find different pages or different purposes. The one page is linked to the another. So now there is a question for you: how would you redirect from the home page to the blog page? So you need to set routing in your application to serve these purpose. So React developers use a third-party library called React Router DOM to create links for different pages, to load the content of different pages, and to redirect to the other pages. You can see on the screen there are some features of React Router DOM you should know about to work with your application. So how to use route? switch and browse route component, and how to navigate using the link component and using the use history hook, creating dynamic routes using the path prop, that is route path, and getting the path values use using the use params hook, and how to redirect work in React Router. So the conclusion of the React Router is, so there we have it. If we want to easily navigate around the React app, forgot the anchor tags and add React Router. It's clean, it's organized, and it makes adding and deleting page a whole lot easier. So to learn about React Hook and other great features of React, just subscribe my channel so that I can explain you more in detail what is the React router, and can make so many other videos on React. So, so let's see further. So now you are done with the basic building blocks and React fundamentals. So now it's time to learn React hooks. So this new feature was added in React version 16.8 with the help of React hooks. You can write the React features without using the classes. React hooks allows you to write less code, and that makes your app efficient, simpler, and powerful. You will be working on main 5 core concepts of React hooks. So you can see on the screen there are 5 concepts are written. First is use state. We use state, use effect, use ref, use context, and use reducer. So, but why we use it? So I give you a short explanation. So first is use state. So most of the time in React app, you will be using this concept to store and manage the data. Second is use effect. You will be using this concept in action like HTTP request and working with the browser API. Third is use ref. This will be used to reference JSX elements. Use context. So these property of React hooks will be used to access data from React context to share data among components easily instead of passing props. And the other is use reducer. So this concept in React hooks will be used to store and manage data across multiple components. So in this we have discussed only 5 hooks that are important to learn. There are many hooks in React that not needed initially in your learning phase. So as you will progress and you will do some projects, so you will encounter problems in your application and you will be learning more hooks slowly. So see further. Now the next is learn to work with the APIs in React apps. But wait, do you know how to use APIs or what is API? So consider this. My favorite definition from the article is the different type of API is an API provides interaction between one software and another, but not user. So the most popular type of web API is representational state transform API or RESTful API for short. To be brief, it follows an architecture that uses predefined and stateless operation to access web resources. Using web APIs requires the use of HTTP requests. Different type of requests include GET, POST, DELETE, and PETCH, etc. If you have written some code and it needs to communicate with code somewhere else, it will send an HTTP request over the internet. Next, let's discuss the HTTP request types just mentioned. You will notice that the type are matched to verbs that are similar to their function: get, post, put, delete. So get means used to request data from an endpoint. Post is send data to an endpoint. Delete is used for remove data from an endpoint, and patch is used for update a record or data value at the endpoint. These types of interactions are external form of local environment, and therefore the APIs that are providing the data or services are called external APIs. It is difficult to fathom how useful it is to have the capability to access external APIs for various data and services. Now come to the React. So we know that React is a front-end library to build the user interface. A user interact with the front-end part of the application, access the data from there or navigate from one page to another page. So React interacts with the backend code of the application. We get data from the backend part of the application. We perform actions such as authentication, display the item to the user, registration of the user, searching, etc. So mainly there are two ways to work with the data from the backend. The most common and standard way is using REST APIs. The other and the newest one is the GraphQL API. In your work, you will encounter problems when you will have to work with both the APIs. So, learn how to work with both kind of APIs using React. It's very essential. So next is just see further in this tutorial. So styling in React. In development, most of the time we use the plain CSS to give styling to our application. But in React, what does styling in React application even mean? So the reason you will style your React application is no different from that which you have in mind when styling other websites or other application you have been working on. Styling in React applications describe how React component or elements are displayed on screen or any other media. The whole essence of building front-end UIs and React is how flexible is it to build these UIs especially as components and also style them to give us a great look and experience. It is important to know that whatever styling strategy we may decide to use is still CSS. You are writing CSS like you are always done. The difference is that the strategies which we are be looking help make the process easy because of the uniqueness of React. So there are many component libraries available to use, but the most popular one is React is Material UI. You can also use the utility class library to style your element. The popular utility class library is Tailwind CSS. Being a developer, you will encounter both of these, so it's good to be familiar with both type of libraries. The next is Webpack. The Webpack is a module bundler in JavaScript that helps you to maintain dependency as static files for your project. Webpack also comes with loaders. Loaders help you to run specific tasks around your project. So the Webpack is a popular module bundling system built on top of Node.js. It can handle not only combination and minification of JavaScript and CSS files, but also other assets such as image files, splitting through the use of plugins. To summarize, I can say that Webpack is a module bundler, but you can say also use it running task as well. And Webpack relies on the dependency graph underneath. Webpack traverses through the source of construct the graph and it uses this in information and configuration to generate bundles. Webpack relies on loader and plugins. So loader operate on the module levels while plugin rely on hooks provided by Webpack and have the best access to its execution. Webpack's configuration describe how to transform assets of the graphs and what kind of output it should generate. So part of this information can be included in the source itself. It features like code splitting are used. Hot module replacement means HMR. So help to popularize Webpack. It's a feature that can enhance the development experience by updating code in the browser without needing a full page refresh. Webpack can generate hashes for file names, allowing you to invalidate past bundles as their content changes. So this is the Webpack. So let's see further. Next is Redux. So in our application, React application, we will have to manage the states. Once our application will start growing, it will become a complex application and you will have to manage the state across components. So Redux, which a powerful JavaScript library, solves this problem and helps in maintaining the state of the application. In Redux, you store all your states in a single source. Now I think I have given you clear idea about on the fundamentals, or this video should be fruitful on your learning in React and turning into a React developer. We discuss the main concept that you should learn in React. Once you will start working on some React project, you will encounter many problems, and depending on the issue you will have to search for an efficient solution in React. You introduce to different libraries or packages in React depending on the problem. Slowly you will go in depth with this application. You will become a master in React. Hope this was helpful for you. The more you continue with projects with React, you will experience challenges, and this will assist you with acquire new abilities and outsider libraries in React, so that will assist you with taking care of your concern. In the end, I just want to say more and more share, and if you not subscribed, then subscribe this channel for upcoming videos, and see you on next videos.